right, and welcome everybody to another Dad Hat Chronicle Sports Show. My name is Ed, also known as the Dad Hat with me. I got my good friends. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Doing good. How are you, Ed?
Oh, come on, man. You know me. School is the other side of the pillow, baby.
Yes,
Living
sir.
the dream. It is nice and warm here in the Carolinas, so I'm enjoying the
Very
weather.
nice.
But let's go around the horn. And before we do that, by the way, guys, this show is brought to you by our awesome, great sponsor. I'm sorry. What is it again, Patrick?
Man. Old Fort Baseball Co.
That's right. That's right. All Ford Baseball Company. Oh, someone got himself a hoodie. Look at that. Oh, that's a T-shirt. I'm sorry.
T-shirt. Yep.
Look at that. All right. I'm sure you use. I'm sorry. What was the code that you use on that one? There, my friend.
I believe it was Dad Hat 15. I believe.
Ooh, that's right. If you use code Dad Hat 15, you get 15% off at your checkout. So, all right, Brett, Dad Hat 15. Look at you, my man. I love it. I love it. All right, boys and girls, let's get on with it. Mr. Prospector, what are we drinking? What are we wearing, my friend?
Well, so tonight, a little shout out to Johnny Bolin. We've got some Milo sweet tea. I know he loves some Milos, so big shout out to Johnny Bolin. I don't know if he's on tonight, but if he isn't, still big shout out to him. And tonight I am wearing a New York Islanders hat, courtesy of Topper Store Europe. My friend Jose helped kind of set this up for me to get this. So big shout out to my friend Jose. And so that's what I'm wearing tonight, a New York Islanders hat. So
it's a nice cap, dude. I'm a fan of that one. That's nice. I like it a lot.
I like that they put the NY in orange for this. It's a custom, but I really like it.
Yeah, I like it. I can dig that one. You know, with the little hockey stick there and everything. That's pretty cool. So nice. All right. The producer, Mr. Virgil, what you got going on, my friend?
So to drink, I actually have nothing with me because I did not prepare for that. But the hat, the hat is the Memphis Fever Germs, and we can thank Mr. Patrick for this hat. So he was able to find one and get it to me, and it just arrived today, and I am very grateful for him for this hat.
Nice. And what is the name again?
The Memphis Fever Germs.
All right. I like it. I can dig it. All right.
You're welcome, Brett.
Donnie?
Well, I am rocking the 2024 Asheville Hippies version. I had the two previous years of this hat, and again, thanks to the Prospector, this came the other day. It's a little snug right now because it's got this flat brim here that's really tight.
Really?
Yeah,
it's designed to be that.
It needs a little push-pull here, a little push-pull, something that George Falkowski would be very proud of. So, yeah, we had to strike team has been deployed, and look at there. That thing just like now it's nice and snug on the forehead. It's not going to leave a big red spot right there with that flat brim. So, yeah.
I like it.
It's curved brim media, so we got to have a curved brim.
Boom, baby.
For influencer, you need to teach him.
Oh, by the way, shout out to the
Virgil. You need to teach him.
I'm rocking a professor, young professor shirt. Don't eat the yellow snow shirt.
I like it. Don't eat the yellow snow. Please don't do that. Don't eat the yellow.
Wow. Sounds catchy. Wow. Good one. That's a good one. I'm
surprised that none of you thought about that one.
I didn't.
Oh, man. Look at there. Phil beating you to the punch there.
I know. I said baseball reference and other references. So
drinking water, by the way, tonight as well.
But speaking of, influencing, the influencer, Eric, talk to us, my friend.
Hello, everyone. So tonight I got a hat courtesy of the Prospector. It's the Newburgh Gorhams. It's the 9 Initiative hat from the Hudson Valley Renegades. So I'm trying to collect as many of the 9 Initiative hats, and so I got my Newburgh Gorhams, and then courtesy of Mr. Mayor, creme brulee it's a coffee infused lager from Steel Hands Brewing.
Ooh, nice.
That's a good one.
I dig it. All right, boys. Actually, in this one, also courtesy of Mr. Prospector, it is an official league Lake County Captain's Cap. Look at this thing. I love it. It's a snapback, boys, but it's all corduroy, but it also has the anchor right there in the front and the back. Right.
Yeah.
So
am I seeing a couple Ryan Foose designs between the mayor and the Dad Hat?
well, it's what we
No,
do.
I'm sorry.
This is not Ryan Foose.
That's not Ryan Foose. That's right. That's the other guy.
It is not. But
Ryan
shout
Foose
out to our boy Ryan Foose watching today on Instagram Live. So did you guys see the most liked he put out on the tweet and on Instagram his most liked logos according to Twitter and everything. So that was pretty good.
Diners.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
And speaking of that, congratulations to Ryan and to the Somerset Patriots on the Jersey Diners being the alternate identity of the year at the Milby Awards. So
there you go.
Ryan, congratulations to you, my man. That's outstanding.
I mean, all-star designer, right? Let's be
absolutely.
honest. So let's go.
Absolutely.
I need to have him hop on here.
No
I
doubt.
know one of these days we're gonna have him on so we can talk design and logos and all that fun stuff. So
by the way, did we all rock Prospector hats without knowing the others? We all four just put this hat on tonight without communicating with each other. How cool is that?
So here's the thing though. I had another one picked out for today, but the thing is this one came in today. So I was like, all right, I gotta wear it, right? So let me wear it. Not knowing that all of you were going to do the same thing. We're going to wear the one that he gave us. So I guess, he's the man tonight. He's the man of the hour.
He's playing the role of Santa Claus tonight.
Yeah, he most certainly is.
Listen, got to look out for my DHC Sports Show family. You're my guys. So
also, by the way, drinking water tonight. So just so you guys know,
fantastic.
And eating some gummy bears because because gummy bears are delicious. Okay, I got it on my stocking for Christmas. So how was everybody's Christmas? Let's start with that. How was everybody's Christmas? Did you guys have fun? Did you guys enjoy it? Peace, quiet, all of that.
I had peace and quiet from the kids because they're grown now, so we didn't have to worry about that too much. But we've been doing a lot of work on Rhonda's new office, so I'm worn out. And Terry, yes, how cool is the Prospector? He's very cool.
Certainly as cool as the other side of the pillow, baby.
Yep.
Just trying to keep up with you guys.
What's up, Littenberg?
All right, Eric, how was your holidays, my friend?
So my mom likes to call it she needs peace and tranquility, but we don't get that with a 3-year-old. So we went over there Tuesday night, had dinner, then went to Christmas Eve service, and then went back over and unwrapped presents. And so that was a lot of fun getting to spend time with my mom, both my brothers, and most of my oldest brother's kids. One of them wasn't there because he wasn't feeling good. And then yesterday was pretty low key, just open up some presents with the 3 boys, and then watched NFL on Netflix. And then Mrs. Influencer cleaned up the house quite a bit. Did a little more house cleaning today. So it's kind of what we did. So kind of nothing too exciting yesterday and today, but Tuesday night was pretty fun with the family. And then we're heading up to Hutchinson, where the Hutch Monarchs play here this weekend. My grandma lives there. I think it's probably going to be the last year that we're going to go to Hutch to my grandma's because she's getting up there in age. But we're going to spend Christmas with my mom, her mom, so my grandma, and then both her sisters and my uncle. So a little more family time this weekend.
Cool. I love it, my friend. I love it. I'm going right above you. Virgil, how was yours, man?
Had a low-key Christmas. It was just mom and I, and we did our yearly tradition of going to Five Guys.
Dude, for real? That's amazing.
Yeah, there's one Five Guys in Huntsville that's been open for Christmas for 15 years, so I always like going to that. It beats making a dinner.
That's awesome. Good for you, man. That's amazing. That's a tradition, right? So
yeah,
absolutely.
As long as it's tradition, baby, keep going with it.
Oh yeah.
Love it. Prospector, what about you, man?
Yeah, it was I came down Christmas Eve to see mom and dad, and they've recently, moved house. They've kind of downsized from a house to an apartment, and so came down to see them. My older sister's down here as well, and I'm about 5 minutes from the Columbus Clingstone's new ballpark, so kind of get to be down here in minor league baseball country, which is nice.
So you need to tell us that you're going to be spending a lot of times over in that area.
I will indeed. We could literally walk to the stadium if we wanted to, so that's really cool.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah. So we kind of had a low key Christmas too, and we're gonna have some more family time tomorrow. We have my sisters coming over, and you know how busy schedules can be with families and whatnot. So we're all kind of getting together tomorrow to do things, and we kind of just had a low key Christmas. But the most important thing is getting to spend time with family or loved ones or whoever it is that you like to hang with. That you know, if when you celebrate. So that's been the best thing. Has just been getting to see people that you love and you know hang out and do stuff like that. So really good Christmas.
Lynn, I don't know how to answer that. I don't drink the tap water in Hutch, although they are known as the Hutch Salt Hawks. It's the Salt City, so that could play into it. But yeah, I don't know. I bring my own water usually from home, so I don't know. I don't drink the tap water in Hutch.
He's like, it ain't happening. I'll tell you that.
So it might be.
So it's bottled water for the influencer.
Well, I just fill up from my.
He brings a jug.
Yeah, I bring this big thing and have it filled from my water filter.
Smart
That
man. I do the exact same thing, bro.
Yep.
I do the exact same thing.
Alcohol will cure it, so don't you worry. We'll take care of it. As far as me, we took the week. I took the week also, you know, vacation time. So, yesterday, the 24th, we stayed home. We hung out. We chilled. We watched Christmas movies. Right. We showed our daughter Home Alone for the first time.
Oh, nice.
So therefore, she's watched the movie about 15 or 20 times already. So she's memorized the whole thing, you know. So it's been interesting. Okay, it's been interesting. Yeah, I don't want to hear it again. And we watched also, which has to be one of my top movies right now, Grinch, the new Grinch, the cartoon one.
Mhm.
I absolutely love that movie. I absolutely love it. We hung out at home yesterday. We opened. You know what time this kid got up yesterday, dude?
4
o'clock in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
She was up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Thankfully, I was not up. My wife was up with her. They got me up at 6 o'clock. And so, you know, someone got a little cranky by 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? So it was about that time. It's like, all right, bath time and bedtime for you, kid. So that was fun. But we had my sister and her kids here for dinner and all that stuff. So we had a lot of fun. It was, again, just nothing crazy, very low key. We hung out at home. It was awesome. So
that's the beauty of having kids in their 20s. It's like, what time my oldest, what time you gonna be over here? I'll get over there about 9:30. Like, okay, cool, that works.
Awesome. I get you know what I mean? Exactly.
Exactly.
No.
And big shout out to Zach Beeson, by the way. I know he didn't get to be with his kids this year. So Zach, we miss you, buddy, and thank you for your service. And you know, I hope that this time next year you're with your kids on Christmas. And
exactly.
Thank you so much for your service.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. And I want to hear from the chat. You know, if you guys had a wonderful, something memorable, like, you know, good gift that you guys got, something that you guys enjoyed. I'm wearing one of my favorite gifts. I mean, obviously, it was not for my family, but it's a hat. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that. I mean,
I think Brett beat you to the question. Look at everything you get.
Yeah.
This is like one long run-on sentence.
All right, I'm gonna try to read. All right, so I got Christmas Amarillo calf fries, Screw City Sock Monkeys, Rockford Peaches, Bismarck Larks, Missouri River Motorboaters, Peoria Chiefs, Durham Bulls, Bowie Bay Sox, Amarillo Sod Poodles, Amarillo Pointy Boots, Baseballism, Major League Baseballism, Field General Baseballism, Roberto Clemente shirts and hats for Christmas.
Wow.
Wow.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah, for real.
Did you have something on somebody, Brett, that someone got you that? You were nice to someone this year?
Yowza.
Yeah.
Easton didn't wake up until after 8, and it was still early for the influence.
Yeah, dude, stay asleep.
Yeah, for real.
Even Zach, my older, he's like, "What time do we need to wake up?" I said, "Don't sleep in." Because yesterday was the only day I had off. Otherwise, I'm working all week. So I'm like, bro, that's my one time to sleep in.
Like, bro, let me sleep in, bro.
Yeah, no, she wouldn't get you that, Brett. Don't worry.
So I asked Santa to bring me a Braves new pitching. Yeah, about that, brother.
Yeah,
about that. So I'm asking for a new owner for the Cleveland Guardians. And it ain't happening.
I'm asking for a new manager and GM. You want ours?
No, I do not.
Okay, I don't blame you.
Lynn, a friend in Denver sent me Todd Helton Rockies Hall of Fame bobblehead, pint glass, and pin.
There you go.
Nice.
Man, all these sports teams, I love it.
Lynn, in lieu of a hat, you deserve that.
Congratulations, Lynn.
Very
I love
good.
it.
Very good.
Yep.
Go ahead, Eric.
Got Mrs. Influencer a Las Vegas 51's jersey. It's a pink jersey, so it's a breast cancer awareness jersey. It's gray, and they got like pink outline and has the 51 in pink and everything. So I got her a 51's pink jersey, and then her best friend got her a Bobby Witt Jr. American League All-Star Game jersey, and then she got a Dyson stick vacuum. It's put my name on it, but she's pretty much used it nonstop for the last 2 days. So I think she just put my name on it, knowing that the gift was for her. But then she did write on a note that whatever baseball jersey that I wanted, she would pick out for me. So haven't decided yet what I want to get, but I get a baseball jersey at some point. Donnie was nice and sent me a few things. And one of the first things I pulled out was a Kansas City Chiefs coffee mug. And she goes, "Is that a gag gift?" I said, "No, that's for you." But then I also had a Green Bay Packers mug and a few other little goodies. So thank you, Mr. Mayor.
You're welcome. And I had to make sure that she got something as well. And as well as Darla. I got Darla and her.
She got her Steelers one.
Yeah,
she said
I got them.
Very much.
Got them their NFL mugs. And I figured with her being a teacher, I got her one with the the lid and everything. So it's a little traveler.
Yeah, same with Darla. She appreciates the fact that it's a traveling mug.
Yep.
So she's already used hers, and she used mine as well. So she used mine because I make her the coffee. So I get to choose the mugs. You know what I mean? So there's that.
See, if it was going to be a gag gift, I would have gotten her, like another team other than the Chiefs,
Broncos
or something. Yeah,
so good.
Exactly. Broncos or Raiders one or something.
Did you guys see the video I posted today?
Yeah. I didn't watch it, but I saw it.
Literally leaving the gym this morning, and somebody, I held the door. I was like, "Oh, look at that! Broncos fans are nice." I'm like, "I'm sorry, what?" He was like, "Oh, your shirt." I'm like, "This is the Durham Bulls, bro." So he laughed awkwardly and laughed. So it was, it was fun. So yeah. By the way, it was Durham Bulls, not Broncos. I would never wear something like that. That's just no. Sorry, Val.
Yeah, and I want to give Donnie and the mayor and the influencer shout outs as well. Donnie was nice enough to send me in lieu of a Colts mug. I know he said he wanted to get a Colts mug, but they don't make those because they have conspiracies against the Broncos and Colts. They don't make mugs for those teams. So no, but he got me some really cool Colts technical gloves, which are awesome. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, I got my gloves
and an LSU mug. See, since LSU couldn't make the playoffs, he at least got me a mug to try to warm it up until next year.
There you go.
And then of course, Mr. Influencer was generous enough to send me a Wichita Wind Surge t-shirt, which was my Christmas t-shirt yesterday. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Influencer.
I appreciate it. That's awesome. Hey, gift wise from Terry says, "Wife got me Evelyn Blue Sox jersey. That's nice. Had a time with my brother's family and mine at mom's for first time since January. Good time. 4-year-old granddaughter was center of attention. New Christmas Day tradition is lunch at a Chinese buffet." I mean,
I'm not mad at it.
Can't be mad at that, babe.
Yeah, we did that.
You have the duck?
We haven't. It's been a couple years, but there was a couple Christmas evenings where we would go to a Chinese restaurant for dinner. Haven't gone for a couple years, but Abilene Blue Sox jersey is pretty cool. We need to add a Blue Sox hat to the collection. Got it. And Terry, by the way, so I've been kind of planning my trips for next year and been sprinkling in a couple games and trips here and there. And I'm gonna try to make Abilene work next summer if I can. So I'll let you know.
There you go. Love it. Absolutely love it. Hey, I love this conversation. So keep them coming, guys, on the chat. I will definitely read them as they come in. Yep. So that was awesome. So thank you guys for that. Thank you for joining us tonight. But I want to talk about a little, with the theme of Christmas. Did you guys know that? And I think, and I might be wrong. So Virgil, you might have to check me on, and then everybody say goodbye to Virgil. We'll bring him back in a little bit here.
Bye, Virgil.
Okay. I think it was 35 million people watched the Netflix NFL games. 25.
24, 25, yeah.
25.
Not quite that high, but I'm pretty sure it's 24.
Virgil said it was 65 million.
That doesn't sound right.
It doesn't sound right, but let's find out, because there was a lot of people that watched football. And by the way,
I was not one of them, by the way.
So let me ask you this, because what did you guys Eric, I scored a Minnesota Wild 47 classic franchise hat. Ooh, that's nice. I like the Wild. I'm a fan of that logo.
Yeah.
But what did you guys think of those two games? Obviously being Dutch, but like the production of it, the pre-game, post-game, everything, even halftime. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. By the way, just for reference on the 65 million, the 65 million is for who tuned in for at least 1 minute of one of the two games. So that was what Nielsen said. So there were 24.3 million on average for the Ravens and Texans, and Chiefs Steelers averaged 24.1 million. So,
yeah, you know what though, Phil? I get that it was more to see the Tyson fight, but that Tyson fight sucked so hard. It was so bad.
Okay. Yep, you're right on that, Patrick. 65 million altogether, but 24 average for basically both games. 24.3 million for Ravens Texans, 24.1 for Chiefs Steelers.
The Netflix broadcast wasn't bad, only the hiccup during the games. I paused the second game at halftime.
And that's important for them, because when they've got like live viewing coming every week, with whether you follow it or not, wrestling coming, the first week of January, they're going to be doing the live feature every week. So they have to figure out those bugs because if they're going to be showing your NFLs and things that, quite frankly, are going to get a lot more viewers than a WWE show would.
They signed another sport. Didn't they sign another sport also to do?
The Women's World Cup is going to be.
That's right. The Women's World Cup is
going to be on there for the next two. For the next two cycles for the next two editions of the Women's World Cup.
Hey man, they went Texas on that one, Miss Influencer. They went full Texas. It was
tennis.
We don't talk tennis around here. It was a spectacle. I'll say that it was something.
Virgil's right. It was for the World Cup. It's 2020 for the Women's World Cup, 2027 and 2031.
Bingo. So
thank you, Virgil.
Bad. Overall, though, I was actually pretty happy with it. Having on the broadcast booth, some pretty good athletes, right? JJ Watt was one, he's actually was really good at that. So shout out to them. They did an absolutely wonderful job. Let's go. Oilers says got new Kitchener Panthers. Yeah, and just chilling Boxing Day holiday watching world.
Great logo. The Kitchener Panthers have a great logo.
I have a jersey. You got to remember when I put that had a sale for the jerseys. I actually got one of the jerseys upstairs. Well, it was nice. Really super nice.
I need to get one of their hats at some point. I don't have one
for real. So, but yeah, again, it was an effort from like all like ESPN analysts were on there, NFL analysts. So they was from all like networks, and it was an absolute wonderful. I have nothing but good things to say about it. So some of the games were duds, especially the last one. Houston scoring 2 points. Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, Brett, that's messed up. Manti Te'o is actually a pretty good analyst. Actually, I like Manti Te'o. Zach says that these games happened during the middle of the night here, so I was asleep. Woke up to Beyonce's story being the story. It was a definitely a halftime show. That could have been a Super Bowl halftime show for real. Shabuzi was on there. Post Malone. I mean, come on now. I was all about it, so I'm okay with that. Let's see. I didn't see the second half of the comment until I hit the button. It's all right, Prosper. All right, guys. So overall, we like it. So is there anything else? Because this week I really want to start with picking our dumpster fire of the week. We talked about it last week. We had a lot of nominees, but we never really said a list. So I really want to set you guys up to let me know your dumpster fire of the week nominees are, because I'm sure there's going to be some good ones this week. I'll start with you, Mr. Mayor.
Oh gosh. No, don't start with me.
Okay, I'll start with you, Eric.
Yeah. I know Eric's got one right off the bat.
Well, because we didn't really talk about it on Monday, right?
No.
So I think kind of the lead one was from last week, and at this point it's old news because games will be happening again soon. But Lane Kiffin tweeting about the SEC, they should have been in, and then once the Vols played and they got blown out, he wasn't tweeting at all anymore. So
he's been like radio silent.
Well, would you lump Kirk Herbstreit in with that? Because Kirk has been getting tore up.
Well, as he should.
Yeah. I saw something today that said something about the Texans and somebody else shouldn't have been playing on Christmas Day. Alabama should have been
because of the SEC. Yeah. No, that was one of the stupidest comments to make. Like the wins don't matter.
Yeah.
Like really?
That's got to be up there probably. That was the one I was trying to think of, and I couldn't get the name out of my head. So I would say probably Kirk Herbstreit would be one of the dumpster fires to me. And I've always liked Herbie. And for the most part, he's okay. But you're right. That was just dumb. Just dumb.
Oh, yeah. I'm a fan of Kirk. He calls good games. He's a good analyst. But, like, the fact that's him and Feinbaum. Like, I mean, dude.
Feinbaum was going to be my pick because of all the whining and, moaning, complaining he's been doing. I mean, it's just kind of embarrassing that he's calling out the committee for doing something, for trying to bully them essentially into picking like your likes of Alabama. I mean, he's kind of amplifying what Greg Burns been trying to say, our first ever 2-time dumpster fire of the week nominee. He's been amplifying what he was trying to say. So Paul Feinbaum would have been my pick.
I'm with you on that one, on the Paul Feinbaum, and I want to hear from the chat anybody that you guys would nominate for dumpster fire of the week, because that was embarrassing. Of all, pretty much all of them, just talking about like, SEC, like, bro, y'all need to just, like, no one, like, except for like if you're an fan of an SEC team, no one else really cares.
Does Pete Carroll count for being interested in the Bears job?
I don't know if that's necessarily a dumpster fire or garbage or whatever, but
yeah, I can only go off
interesting.
I can only go off of like the potential USC connection. That's the only, even though I know he wasn't USC coach when Caleb was there, but just USC connection.
I gotta hand it to him, like, because before that, like, Seattle really wasn't that good of a team, before that, did you guys ever really hear about the Seattle Seahawks? Ari Moreno is a dumpster fire of the week because it feels natural. Well, I mean, that's true.
Zach, I feel that way about Ross Atkins and John Schneider, so I completely understand, from my team's perspective, my man.
So, Pete Carroll, I don't think he really wanted to step down in Seattle. I think it was just he was kind of forced out there because it's the way things were going, and I think he wants to. I mean, I think it's just a fact that he wants to keep coaching, and he's the kind of guy that maybe sees something. I don't know what he sees because we've talked about that before. I don't know what anybody sees in Caleb Williams, but I don't know if it is the USC connection or the fact that because of that connection, he thinks he can do something with him. I don't know.
Well, I believe he wants to get back into coaching. I mean, because like you said, I don't think he was ever ready to leave. I just think that Paul Allen,
they were ready for him to leave.
I said, we're ready for something new, and you can either be fired or you can just kind of say that you're going to leave, or you can retire. And
if you think about the teams that have head coaching vacancies, I mean, Chicago is probably the easiest one to throw your name in the hat for.
True.
Considered right now if you're Pete Carroll, because probably most of the other teams aren't even going to consider him.
Correct. I mean, he would have to go in. He'll have to be in there as like someone who's going to be like, all right, we're here to fix this. There's a hot mess here. We gotta fix this. So this is what's going to happen. So I don't know. Brett brings up a good one. He says Cleveland Guardians selling off their team is a smoking dumpster. Listen, the latest trade. So Seahawks did make the Super Bowl before in 2005, though, Virgil. That's that's a long time ago. But Cleveland Guardians, the latest move by trading Naylor, we all knew it was coming. We talked about this.
Well, I was going to say, one thing I didn't ask you about that. how did you feel about trading Josh Naylor, but then signing Carlos Santana for $12.5 million? Like, how is that a cost-saving move?
It was not. I would have kept Josh Naylor because Josh Naylor would have taken less, most likely, than him. So
maybe and I don't know how much. I honestly am asking this. I don't know how much he was commanding, Josh Naylor, but when you're signing a 38-year-old Carlos Santana to like a $12 million contract, are you saving that much money?
My question would probably be is, okay, so is Josh Naylor looking for a multi-year contract?
That's what I would think.
And Cleveland was not willing to do that. They're willing to probably pay the 12 mil to say, hey, we're only signing him for 1 year because we got Manzardo coming in. He's going to be the new first baseman. That's my guess.
I was thinking the same thing because when it came up and I said something about Manzardo, I was like, maybe Santana's coming in as sort of an insurance policy kind of bat.
Yeah.
But I thought Manzardo was supposed to sort of inherit that role. And they probably don't want to give Josh Naylor multi-year because they want Manzardo to take over that role. Correct. But they want to make sure they have something in the tank for first base and a bat if they need it. And Santana on a 1-year deal is probably the best bet, even at his age.
That's not a bad thought, Brett. Santana could be bait, right? Someone depending on how Cleveland is doing, right? By August, if they already know that, with the move that they've made, obviously I don't see this team being competitive right now because they gotten rid of a lot of players. But if you're telling me that by August the Cleveland Guardians are not doing so good, maybe we'll trade him to another team for more prospects or picks, as they usually do, to a team that needs some, backup players to make a playoff push. That could be the possibility, which I don't hate. But I mean, again,
I didn't think about the multi-year contract. That makes a lot more sense.
And Naylor has earned it. He's earned it. He's earned the multi-year. He'll probably get maybe a 2 or 3 year deal. And that's about it. I think it'll, for him, to be honest with you, with the big injury that he's had, he's a good first baseman, but he really doesn't have that much of a pop. I mean, he needs to work on that. And then, he
needs to get in shape.
No, he does need to get in shape. I don't see Cleveland trading to the Yankees.
No.
No, they won't do that. So
Yankees are having a good offseason. I will say that.
Jesus Christ.
They're filling the needs pretty well. I would say that this is one of the few years that I've been pleased with how they're spending that money in bits and pieces.
Well, I mean, I think you're a John Schneider and a Ross Atkins short from just having a complete team. You want them?
Well, the good thing is they're shoring up the bullpen a little bit better.
Yeah.
They're jettisoning a few guys that they needed to and filling the holes pretty good. So, I'm happy. I'm happy we didn't get Soto because now we are able to actually put together a more complete team.
It makes sense. I like what the Yankees have done. Yeah. Goldschmidt, though, turning down $12 million to go play for the Yankees.
Who do you turn that down from? That was
Arizona, I think it was.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's tough for me to be like, I'm going to turn down $12 million to go. And I get it. You know what I mean? Because I mean, I think you have a different goal now, right? You have a different goal in mind, which is
when you get on that
championship.
Yeah, you get on that back end of the career. It's like you could care less about 12 million and playing in Arizona and basically playing an entire year just for 12 million because you're not playing for anything else really.
Brett,
I mean, there's still a chance because they were in the world, playoffs. But still, you got a better chance the way that.
I just haven't seen any other American League team getting better as the Yankees have.
Yeah. Well, but Brett brings up a good point about Kansas City. Something I wanted to ask the influencer about. I know from my team's perspective, like locking up players, right? Like the Blue Jays have not locked up Vlad Jr., but Kansas City has been, locked up Bobby Witt Jr. before all these contracts kind of went out. Do you think that's helped by doing that? That's helped Kansas City to go out and get some of the pieces that they've added to the Royals?
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, Jonathan India is like the last real thing that they've done in the offseason. I still feel like they need an outfield bat and another starting pitcher because they got rid of Singer for India. So
who do you think is like a realistic target at this point with who's left? Have you heard anything about who they might be going after, or who do you think they should go after?
no, I mean, they haven't. Who was it? Sherman. And then we're basically just like, well, we're close to being done. So I don't know that there's going to be a whole lot that they'll have left to do. I don't know. I just don't know what they're going to do with like the 4th and 5th starters at this point, since Singer was that number 4 starter. I mean, they got a good top 3, but at the same time, are they going to be able to repeat this past year's performance, So
Yeah. Well, yeah. Other than Jimenez, the Blue Jays haven't done diddly squat. I mean, they got Jimenez and Sandlin, and then that's not necessarily where they needed help, but now they signed Jimmy Garcia, who they had before. So it's like, what are you going to do? I mean, they're going to, with as much as the East has improved, like the Jays are probably going to finish in last again. I mean, the Red Sox have made moves, the Yankees have made moves, Orioles are still good. I mean, the Rays always find a way to be at least competitive. So I think the Blue Jays might finish in last this year. I really do.
Good. So this will be an exciting 7 months from you.
It will be. It will be.
Oh, I'm just so my team.
I know.
Besides the Yankees, and what other American League team has gotten?
I think the Red Sox have gotten better.
What have they done? Because I haven't really seen much of, to be honest with you. So I can't really.
Eric, you can probably speak better to this than I can.
No.
They added a couple starters. They added Crochet from Chicago, Garrett Crochet.
Okay. Yeah, where's little Zach when we need him?
Then they added who was the other starter that they added? It was Crochet, and then they added because they had Crochet by trade, and then they signed a guy via free agency.
I was gonna say we do have a producer. What were you going to say, Donnie?
I was going to say, ask Brett. He likes to talk about the Red Sox.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to bet him that the Red Sox will finish in last place in the division?
I don't know. I don't know this year that I would bet them to finish last, but I will bet him that they will not finish in first.
There's no way they'll finish in first.
No way.
Walker Buehler.
Walker Buehler. That's what it was.
Thanks, Lynn.
But that's it, though. Like, really, not a whole lot of other teams have done much of anything. You
still got some guys out there. I was just looking to see. I couldn't put my head on what's. I mean, Corbin.
All right,
Burns
is with the Sox. Yeah, so
Sasaki's still out there. Bregman. I mean, Bregman's not going back to Houston. They got 2 other third basemen.
Yeah, Corbin Burns is out there too, still unsigned. Yeah. He's the top pitcher available.
Pete Alonso, Christian Walker.
So your old first baseman?
At this point, when do they sign?
I don't know. Teoscar Hernandez is out there still.
I'm surprised at that one.
Does it all lead up all the way up to spring training, or you think it'll get done well before then?
Well,
I don't know.
Wouldn't be the first time that a certain Boris client signed.
I mean, Boris will take his guys through spring training if he has to without signing.
He will.
I really hate that guy. Have I told you guys that? Like, it's not that I hate. Well, okay, look at this dude.
Found Easton's sunglasses.
Okay.
Hi, Easton.
Hi, Easton.
What's up, Easton?
You got Arenado out there. I mean, he's already turned down some spots. He doesn't have the Yankees on his list. He has the Dodgers, Angels, Mets, Phillies, Padres.
Yeah, he wants to go to the Dodgers. He wants to find out if the Dodgers want it. And then if they
I think he wants to be West Coast anyway.
I'm surprised. Well, who's that? He plays what? Third base?
Third.
But at this point, though, he's not old, but he's getting up there, so he's kind of losing a little bit.
Yeah, he's losing that range that he had.
Yeah.
I was just going to say the Padres, but the Padres already have a third baseman, so they're not going to go there.
Yeah.
Well, at this stage of their careers, if you had a third baseman need, would you go after Bregman or Arenado?
Bregman.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to fight, little kid?
Come on, little man. Let's go. Bring it. Yeah, I know he's in California. Well, yeah, but like, again, there's no other teams unless he's willing to move to like maybe first base.
Well, Well, like I said, I mean, he's kind of done a come and get me plea to the Dodgers, and then only after the Dodgers, if the Dodgers say they don't want him, then he'll listen to other offers. But he's really Dodgers or bust at this point. I think number one, because he wants a World Series, and he thinks that's one of his best chances to get one. And they're the only one of the teams that have a third base need. That's one of the few teams that can provide him that.
Yeah.
Virgil said the Dodgers, Padres, and Angels are on his wish list, but he's also willing to listen to the Phillies, Mets, and the Red Sox. So
I don't see the Phillies. I don't see the Phillies. Maybe the Mets, but again, Pete Alonso, it's still.
But all signs, everyone seems to think that Pete Alonso is going to end up back
in New York.
With the Mets. Yeah.
Because again, and also the Red Sox, they don't need a third baseman. They already have a pretty good third baseman there signed for a long time.
Rafael Devers.
Yeah, Rafael Devers. So exactly. So it's his list, because of his no trade clause, got a whole lot smaller.
Yeah.
And that list is going to keep getting smaller because some teams are not willing to take on an aging third baseman. Maybe if he moves to, again, like I said, first base, he becomes a DH, then we can talk. Other than that, I don't see him moving.
Well, he's got 3 more years, according to this. 3 more years on his contract for $74 million. The Rockies are on the hook for $10 million of that still.
Still?
I believe that.
Jesus.
Still. And for the 2021 trade, so 3 years ago he was traded. They're still on the hook for $10 million of that.
Well, because he had.
I was going to say, Brett, a team that's like top 3 highest payrolls is not a sneaky team.
No.
That's expectation.
Well, but also I think the difference between this year's Mets, the upcoming season of the Mets and last season is that even though they did have one of the highest payrolls, the expectations weren't the same as they were the year before that, right? And now I think with the signings that they've made now, you've even surpassed those previous expectations. So can they take the pressure? Because
you sign Soto, it's expectation.
Yes, you're not sneaky when you sign Soto.
Yeah, well, and they weren't even. And Eric's right; they weren't even sneaky with the third highest payroll. It's just the media wasn't talking about them because once they got rid of Verlander and Scherzer the year before, it was kind of like a bunch of young guys and Pete Alonso and a few other guys. But
and I thought, all right, so they're gonna do the all right. Let's start from the beginning. Let's build it the right way and go from there. Not even a full year later, they're like, oh, we're overspending to get one player.
Well, and they also already paid Lindor $300 million. I mean, so like
320
right.
million.
Let's not pretend like they're just because they're not just a team full of prospects. I mean, Pete Alonso was on pretty good money. Brendan Nimmo was on good money. Lindor was on good money. So
if anything at this point, the only thing they're going to be sneaky at is sneaky bad because their expectation is to be good.
Yeah.
So
well, then they've got Luis Angel Acuna coming up too.
Right.
That could play a role for them as well. So
I mean, again,
who I believe Eric saw on one of his trips, one of his paloozas somewhere, right?
Who, Luis Angel?
Yeah.
No, he was here in Wichita when he was with Frisco before he got traded, and Zach got his autograph. So we have Luis Angel. Yeah, he played for the Rough Riders before, like literally a week or so before he got traded to the Mets organization.
Well, I knew I heard that on the Earn Fun Average podcast. I knew I heard about him.
Yep. No, we were here.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to show that I'm a loyal listener to your podcast. So
thank you. How did we go from Christmas gifts to baseball? I don't even remember how we transitioned. Did you ask us a question? Because
we're a top tier show that just smoothly it's such a smooth transition, and we're just such a top show that's
how it goes. Mets were mostly predicted to finish third in the NL East and possible wild card team. That goes to show you right there. So, I mean, again, just because you got the money, you got to make sure you spend it wisely.
Yeah.
So I just wish I would have that owner, to be honest with you. With the Guardians, because at least we're like, hey man, they're trying, they're doing something. Yeah, my owner's like,
I feel bad for Guardians fans. I really do.
You don't. Who cares about Guardians fans?
I mean, Cleveland in general just has bad ownership.
Huh?
I say Cleveland in general just has
100%. The only one that has been pretty decent has been Dan Gilbert with the Cavaliers.
Well,
yeah. once he got over the LeBron stuff, he kind of
he you know what I mean, and they have a really good team right now, the Cavaliers.
Yeah,
they built a good team. Kobe Altman's done a really good job.
He's done an amazing job. Eric is zoning out, not knowing that you're going to talk sports. DHC Sports Show.
Well, no, we haven't talked a whole lot of baseball recently since it's football season. I know we have a little bit of football talk, so I just couldn't remember how we got into baseball.
Well, we started with the garbage stuff, and then I think we sort of rolled in.
Yeah, because Brett said about Cleveland being the garbage team. What kind of world we live in that the Sacramento Athletics are making moves?
Oh my God,
it pisses me off so much.
I mean, you wait till you shit your whole fan base, move out of there, and then you're going to spend money. Like what?
He walked it right off.
It shows that Fisher has money, right? I mean, he
does have money. Every single major league owner that tells you that they're losing money, they're full of shit.
Well, I'm not going to say that getting Urshela is an earth-shattering move, but the fact that they're signing free agents at all,
that's what I'm saying.
Severino is really the one that kind of stands out where you're like, who knew that they were even in the market for Severino?
Yeah, the fact that they spent any money right now is nuts.
Yeah.
That's my issue. Is that you're spending money when you could have been spending money on this team, and then you could have gotten your whole fan base behind you, and you could have built an amazing stadium at the terminal. But no, you decided that you're going to conspire with Major League Baseball to get your way and get out of there and go to Las Vegas.
Now, I did read a story that that with some of the rules with revenue sharing and everything, that it actually works to their advantage to sign players right now than it would be if they didn't. They actually come out in a more advantageous position if they sign players with the way the rules are right now than if they didn't. With it was either with new rules coming in or something else. So some people think that the motivation's also that they're signing people to try to come out in the best position financially as they possibly can. I don't know if it's a penalty, but there's some type of rule that you've got to.
How can I put it this way? Yeah, he can fuck off.
Yeah. It's probably something with the luxury tax money that they have to do something at a certain amount.
I think you're probably right. Someone a lot smarter can probably tell you what it is. I don't know. So.
That, and then, well, thank God our friend Anna doesn't watch the show. Tampa's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Tampa's doing the exact same thing the Oakland Athletics did. They're trying to get their way out of Tampa. Patrick's got me reading the CBAs now.
I did read some kind of article on it. I'll have to, if I find it, I'll send it to you guys in the chat. But
so
it's something explaining why the A's are signing people, and it's as with John Fisher always. There's some kind of ulterior motive to it.
John Fisher can fuck off. Anyways, we're 50 minutes in, and we haven't even make our picks for next week. Just want you guys to know that. So, anything else that we haven't covered, because this has been pretty good talk tonight.
Oh man,
Eric. I know that you're,
At least we made our NFL picks already, so it's just college that we have.
College and some bowl games. Yep. Yeah. Which I am A-okay with. As long as we should pick the Alabama bowl game. What do you guys think?
Fuck Alabama.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did y'all see Toledo go 6 overtimes on Pitt today?
Yeah, did you see?
I just saw the end of it.
They went out on the field twice thinking they won, and both times they had to go back. And
I didn't see that.
Yeah, there's twice they ran out on the field celebrating. Both times they're like, nah, flags or whatever. I forgot what the one was, but
unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah.
There was even a player that got kicked out of that in that game.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, from Toledo.
I just caught the end of it when we got in here from working at the office a little bit. So.
Wow, it was 48-46. A MAC school beating Pitt, though. I'm okay with this because it's MAC, baby. Although another MAC school is getting their asses handed to them by Arkansas State, Bowling Green right now. So
apparently, Brett's had too much to drink. K-State won that game.
They did. K-State won 44-41.
They were getting rocked, but didn't get rocked.
Yeah. So, Ed, if Tampa doesn't get a new stadium or move to Montreal, maybe Raleigh becomes an AL East option. Actually, that's been one of the conversations that have been had, is that Raleigh has become a viable option for a team coming, whether expansion or Tampa. So I'm just saying, let's keep that. I agree with you, Zach. That's a really good one. So
didn't they have a revote last week in Tampa? Or did y'all read something about? I thought I read that, and somebody flipped to to a positive to spend the money
because Manfred went down there and had to talk with that politician.
That's right.
What was that again? What was that about Manfred?
He went down there to talk to the politician, and the politician that voted no flipped his vote to yes.
So I think it was a 5-2 to to spend the money now on the stadium and try to keep everything going towards keeping them there.
I'm glad that Major League Baseball thinks that they're going to keep, because the owner's thinking other things.
Yeah,
owner's like, I want out. I think Memphis on East, Portland on West are top cities for relocation expansion.
Memphis is an interesting one because, I mean, if you speak to Redbirds, people associate with the Redbirds about their experience in Memphis, especially, and then other teams that have been in Memphis, like Memphis lost their USL team. They basically relocated kind of against their will. And then Memphis didn't get state funding for some of the approvals, some of the in upgrades that they need for their stadium. So I don't know if that means that they're just holding out for a major league stadium, but if you're treating your other sports franchises like this right now, it makes you wonder
whether or not Major League Baseball wants to deal with that.
And maybe it's because they want that franchise, but it does make you wonder, if this is how you're treating your other sports teams, why would we want to move a major sports franchise there? This is how you don't prioritize sports, right? Whether you agree or not.
Right. Yeah. I don't see either of those teams being candidates, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again,
I think it's just too small.
Four guys speculating at this point, right? Because we don't know.
Exactly.
We need to figure out. Vegas is moving on forward, right? They've already started construction for the stadium, so Oakland is settled. We know that. That's done.
Yeah.
Tampa's the one that really has me like what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? Virgil says they only have the Grizzlies, and they are the second and last in attendance in the NBA. So that's the thing, though. Like, you got to look at overall, right? Like, you have an NBA, which is growing sport, and do you want, as an owner, to put a Major League Baseball team just so you can move it later on in a couple of years, because attendance has just been nowhere?
Yeah.
I
mean, Virgil, that's a good point. I mean, these owners talk to people in other sports. It's not just baseball owners talking to other baseball owners. They talk across sports. So that's a really good point.
So and look, if soccer is rough in certain areas, it took 20 years to work Kansas City, and Lamar Hunt willing to lose some. Hey, listen, some areas are good for soccer, some are not.
Yeah, he's right. I mean, that's not. He's not wrong about that. That's the Kansas City Wizards. The Wiz had a few rough years in Kansas City.
I wouldn't count Oakland out as getting another team, not getting another team at some point either. If you get an owner that's enthusiastic about trying to do something right with Oakland, and maybe works with the city, kind of behind the scenes to get something worked out to start with, and then pops up as a possible expansion to put another team back in Oakland.
Yeah, but you definitely, at that point, you need a new stadium. You can't go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They would have to work out the fact that they're going to have a new stadium deal and have the stadium being built once they announce that they're going to have a team.
Correct.
And then they start in a new stadium. But I could see that happen. If you get somebody that's got the money, they have the fan base. The fan base was not a problem. The fan base turned on the owner because the owner turned on the fan base. Correct. So if you get somebody that goes in there and says, hey, I got the money. This is what I need from you guys. Let's work out a deal. Let's come up with a stadium plan that works for both of us. And let's get another team in here that Oakland can have. I think something like that could happen in a heartbeat.
I agree. So I love baseball. So this is going to be intriguing to see what happens right now. It's just that now you have two major league teams. Just think about this, right? You have two major league teams right now. They're going to be playing at two minor league ballparks. Like Donnie, no shot Oakland getting another team. Losing a team in all major sports is not a good look.
Yeah, I don't know. I still think there's a possibility.
There is one
It may not be like right away, but I think eventually you can have another team back there.
There is one option that I do like from Brett is the Portland one. Portland getting a team up there might be a good option for them. It'll have to be a dome or a retractable roof.
Yeah.
Oakland will be AAA for Giants. Look, Atlanta and Baltimore affiliations being close, plus cheaper option for Oakland residents. I see that. Eric, wait, are we talking about baseball again? No, Phil.
No, not doing any college football games.
Nope. No, not doing it. I know sounds so bad, but like I rather watch football at home or at a bar with friends or anything like that than go into the actual game, unless I'm in a suite. I know that sounds super bougie, but like I'm done with like the super drunk people at football games. I'm just done with that part. I'm over it.
Well, I mean, I would have loved to have gone to see the game at Texas, regardless of the outcome, not going in my team's favor. I would have loved to have gone to see Clemson play in Austin. It just landed on a time where it wasn't convenient for me to work it in a schedule. I mean, we had too many other things going. It's the Saturday before Christmas. It was just not, we're not in a position to say, oh, we're going to drop everything we already had planned and go to a football game. So,
get that.
It just doesn't. It didn't make any sense.
No.
So I get that part too. My brother lives in Orlando and is also a Gamecock grad, so we're going to the Cheez It Bowl.
Nice.
Okay. I mean, some of these bowl games, not a lot of people going to.
Yeah.
Hey, good snack at that game.
Well, and that's a good stadium to see a bowl game in. I mean, I've seen a few back in the day down there. So before they had like 3 bowl games in that stadium every year.
I would like to go to the Pop-Tart Bowl. That would have been cool to go to just because it just sounds fun. You know what I mean? But yeah, other than that, like nothing has really like been like, I'm okay. So all right, we're an hour in, boys and girls. So I think it's time. To bring our producer in and make some picks. What do you guys think?
I think that sounds great.
Yep. Sounds like a plan. All right.
No one's going to be happier than Eric that we're not talking about baseball anymore.
I know, right? For someone who is trying to collect the whole, the 9 initiative, he doesn't want to talk baseball. That's just, I don't get it. I really don't understand.
We'll see. Yeah. Never mind.
Let's say we're going to sit in the Illinois side and constantly pronounce Illinois.
Illinois.
Oh, you God. Really are just asking for it, aren't you?
Yep.
Phil. Please
Instigator.
Don't.
God bless you, my friend. Good luck. All right, Virgil, we're bringing you in, my friend. Are you there?
I am here. My camera apparently crapped out, so enjoy this picture of this beagle of this basketball on me.
Okay, cool. Could you? Give us the stuff. Let's go.
All right, so we got 4 CFP games. These are the quarterfinals coming up. Mm-hmm. First game we have is on Friday. It's Penn State versus Boise State. This is the Fiesta Bowl.
It's not Friday, Tuesday.
It's on Tuesday.
I'm sorry. I completely looked at my calendar wrong. Thank you for fixing that. Tuesday. Penn State is a 11-point favorite. Over under is 52.5. Penn State favored to win 64.8%.
Sounds about right. I got Penn State on that one.
Yeah. I'm going Penn State. I can't pick Boise State to beat them. As much as I don't really want Penn State to win. I'd love the story of Boise State or somebody like that.
Right.
I just don't think they're going to be able to beat Penn State.
And mind you, all of these are in neutral places now.
True. Yeah, this is at the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, so this is exactly. So these are all neutral. So this is a little different now. It's not like it's at Penn State or it's at Ohio State. It's so we'll see.
I've been to the Fiesta Bowl. I went 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago now.
Nice.
So
of course you have.
That's right.
How was it?
It's pretty fun. It was actually kind of cold in Arizona when we went, but the game was pretty fun, although we lost. It was a good back and forth game, or we were out early in Oklahoma State came back and won it, but it was a lot of fun.
Thinking the football gods. Penn State's thanking the football gods they don't have a game in Western Idaho. Sure.
I mean, it's going to be cold, but Penn State's also used to cold weather, other than they just traveling west.
Yeah.
But that
Boise has a good history at Fiesta Bowl.
The 2007 Fiesta Bowl.
Yep.
Yeah. Isn't that the one where the running back proposed to his cheerleader
Yes,
girlfriend,
Ian Johnson.
Williams?
Yeah.
They
did the hook and ladder and then the Statue of Liberty, and then Ian
Yes.
Johnson proposed.
Ian Johnson.
Yep.
Hey,
Jared
Mr.
Sbracey.
Influencer wants to know, did that game work out for you?
I told you, if you were listening, that we were ahead and you guys came back and won. It was the first time in the history of Notre Dame and Oklahoma State playing each other. So I said, we're going to the game.
I'm doing this for Mrs. Influencer and for Virgil since he doesn't have his video on.
I'm doing it too.
Go Pokes.
Great game. Great game.
Go Pokes.
Yeah, Zach. I wonder why.
Zach.
It was probably my second favorite college football game, bowl game ever.
Go Pokes.
So there you go. All right. So I got Penn State. Major got Penn State. Influencer, who you got?
I would love to see Boise State win, but Penn State looked really good last week. So I don't know. I think they're going to get a little bit overwhelmed with playing a really good Big Ten team. So give me Penn State.
All right. Prospector.
I thought that was good analysis from Eric. I agree. So I'm going Penn State.
I like it. So far this bowl game, I have not seen the Alabama name on there. So, all right, that's 1 out of 4. Let's go. Virgil, what you got?
All right. Penn State's got a top 10 rushing defense, so it's got to be Penn State. I think they're going to find a way to stifle Jerry on that. Next game we got Texas versus Arizona State. This is the Peach Bowl. Texas is a 13.5-point favorite, 51.5 on the over-under. Texas at 79.7%.
This one confuses me because they did let Clemson get close to them. This game was a lot closer than it should have been, in my opinion. No offense to love you, Mayor, but you know.
Hey, Texas is beatable. We made it.
That's what I'm saying, and that's exactly what I'm saying. They make.
I had this conversation with Jim on text, and I kept saying, we shot ourselves in the foot. We kept making mistakes. Blah blah blah. We had the talent to win the game, and he said it sounds more like you're saying Clemson lost the game than Texas won the game. I'm like, yeah, exactly. So I think they're beatable. I just don't know if Arizona State is strong enough to beat them. I'm kind of in between on this one too. I want to see how you guys go.
You don't say.
I don't want to pick Texas, but I think Texas is going to win the game.
I think it's going to be another close game. If out of like the ones, this one is going to probably be like a field goal game.
I'm going with Texas, but I won't be surprised if Arizona State trips them up.
That's a good point. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going with Texas as well. I don't know Arizona. And to be honest with you, I have not watched a lot of Arizona State games this year, so I can't really tell you whether or not they're that good or not. I know Texas has tripped enough times to know they're like they look like a beatable team. Out of all of these teams, like this one is the one that advanced. This one is the one that looks the most beatable out of all of them.
I mean, Arizona State did beat Mississippi State, which is an SEC school, so that means something.
Wait, hold on a second. Are you going by wins or are you going by
exactly?
Yeah.
What are we going with here?
And also, there's a whole lot of teams that beat Mississippi State this year.
Yeah, I mean, they beat Utah when Utah was ranked 16th. They beat Kansas, and Kansas was a pretty
Utah
good team throughout.
Utah was overranked.
They were. I'm just trying to see because it seems like Arizona State put up a lot of points in most of their games, but I didn't think they played too many people.
I love how he just goes like,
"Hey,
I was expecting that to work. If you want me to go back to the Basset Hound, I will, and it's probably a better picture.
No. He just appeared like go Pokes.
They did beat BYU late in the season, and they smoked Iowa State, who was, ranked right there with them in the Big 12 championships. I don't know. I just think they're one of those teams that could trip up Texas. I just think Texas is going to win.
That soliloquy was him ruminating about who to pick.
Exactly. He's like, let me just read through the entire schedule so I can decide, go back and forth 20 minutes.
Hey,
I was just, and then in 2022, their schedule was
I'm glad he did that because I'll be honest with you, I was undecided. But
it was based on what Ed was saying. It's like, I don't know how they've done this year. And I was thinking, I knew they had scored a lot of points. I just didn't know who they had played and scored those points against.
Right.
Because I didn't watch them much at all.
I just had to give you a hard time.
I know.
I'm with it though, but I'm still picking Texas. Eric.
When Brett's talking about a sneaky team, I think Arizona State's a sneaky team. Yeah. But for me, I just think Texas is going to be too much for them. Give me Longhorns.
Okay. All right. Patrick.
So it's interesting, right? Texas has already played at the Benz one time this year. I mean, that could be a gift and a curse because they obviously were terrible when they played in Atlanta when they played Georgia, but for the second time this season. But I still think they're going to have too much for Arizona State. I just don't think Arizona State's schedule was strong enough, like with who they played overall. So give me Texas. Hook 'em.
Okay. All right. Last but not least, Virgil.
So Donnie said that he has not been watching Arizona State all year. I have been watching Arizona State all year. I have been watching them since their Texas State game, and that team's scary. That team is legit. I don't know how their offense is going to go well against the Texas defense. Texas defense is a top 10 defense. However, I think it's going to come down to turnovers. Arizona State does not turn the ball over that much. Texas has the highest amount of takeaways in the season this year. In fact, if you even take away the SEC title game, and the playoff game, they would still be number one. Jesus. I think it's going to come down to that, to where, I mean, Ewers has 10 picks already.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull the trigger on Arizona State.
Okay. I'm not mad at it. I like it.
Kenny Dillingham has done a great job with that team.
I mean, that would simply move you from 5th place to 4th place if you get that win. So go for it.
Well, Lynn's got a good point too. Anybody thinks the teams with the bye will be flat, and that could affect this a little bit too with Arizona State being flat, not having kept up that pace. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's like in every sport that we talk about, is it really that big of an advantage to have a bye? We talk about this in every playoff scenario in every sport that we discuss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Baseball too. We always talk about, is it really all that good to wait? Because we've seen in baseball too. Not going back to baseball, just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm with it. I got you. All right. All right, Virgil. Let's go on to the next game.
All right. These last two are going to be fun. I can't wait to hear the opinions on this. Next game, Ohio State versus Oregon. This is the Rose Bowl. Ohio State is a 2.5-point favorite. Over under 55.5. Ohio State 53.7%.
I'm going to say this before we continue. This should have been the primetime game.
Oh,
yeah, it's the 5 o'clock game. Yeah,
it's the 5 o'clock game. I'm sorry to Notre Dame and Georgia.
This guy's still mad because the Yankees got primetime and the Guardians never did.
Hey.
Let's be honest. This is a much more intriguing game than Notre Dame and Georgia is.
That game is not primetime because of Notre Dame. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Also, it's just another Big Ten matchup. We've seen this matchup already.
Yeah, but it came to the very last end. That was a good game. And I'm sorry, but this should have been the primetime game, and the Notre Dame Georgia should have been the 5 o'clock game. But I'm just saying.
But has the Rose Bowl ever been anything but mid-afternoon ever?
No, it's been a night game.
No, that's pretty much all I can remember. It's always been around this time slot,
right after the parade.
Yeah, 2 to 4 ish.
I'm just saying, man, that's such a good game. Now, I am from Ohio. I am from Cleveland. Okay, guys. So
what?
I know, crazy, right?
No, you're not. You're from Puerto Rico.
Born in Puerto Rico, right? Raised in Cleveland. Here's the thing. This is such a good game. It could go either way. I'm gonna go with Oregon, though. I got Oregon on this one.
No, I honestly think all 4 games could be obviously we talked about this, how, these first round games, but all of these are the top 8 teams, the top 8 seeds. So it's what they were looking for is the 8 best teams are still in it. So I think all 4 of these games overall can be good. Now they may not be.
And I'm sorry, but they should have been reseeding. There should have been a much better seeding because Oregon got screwed.
And that's why I think that they're going to be and being underdogs here, undefeated number 1 seed, having to go in and play Ohio State. That's why, for me, give me Oregon.
They're pissed off. Oregon is pissed off right now. The way that this played out, the committee screwed them. I got Oregon too. Sorry.
I'm never picking Ohio State. No how, no way.
Oh, I wonder why.
Give me Oregon.
You're like it's like me picking against Baltimore. Like, I'll take the loss. I don't care.
I even have an Oregon Ducks hat that I bought years ago, so I will be wearing that hat during that game.
I'm a fan of Oregon. I've always been a fan of Oregon, so I get to see more Big Ten games because of Oregon.
So I think Dan Lanning is going to use the situation that Oregon has been in. Like, we've seen Dan Lanning throughout the season use little things to motivate his team, right? So he finds little loopholes in the rules. He does little things to get his team fired up, because I think you have to do that when they've been at the top all season. But I also think that the fact that they've got the mental edge on Ohio State by winning that first game, I think whether it has a small effect or a big effect, I think that has an effect on this football game. And I think that the fact that Oregon has the mental edge, even though it was a very close game, could have gone either way. Fact of the matter is, Oregon pulled it out. So the pressure is going to be on Ohio State to overcome that. But I'm going with Oregon. I think Oregon's a really good football team. Dan Lanning's done an incredible job there. And so, I think that give me Oregon.
I wonder if he parlays this into an NFL gig.
Or at least a new contract at Oregon. Yeah. Either way, he's going to get a new contract, I'm sure.
Either way, he's getting paid.
Yeah, for sure.
Virgil.
I see Oregon getting punched in the mouth in this game early, but I think they will come back and win it.
Okay.
I
wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Again, and it doesn't take away from the fact that Ohio State could come in and just absolutely just spank that ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could happen.
But
I said that, Eric.
And Eric, if I misquote you, I'm sorry, but I don't like. I'm not that impressed with Will Howard. I'm just not.
No, me either.
Yeah. So I think he's got a lot of. It helps that he's got a lot of big pro type receivers that he can throw to that make plays.
He has like 3-4 NFL ready wide receivers. So that's.
And they make their size and everything make his throws look better than they actually are.
Yeah, if he didn't have like a Mecca Buka and some of those others, how good would he truly be?
100%.
I'm with you. And it's by virtue of being Ohio State that they have players like that. I mean, it's the program. It's not so much the quarterback that's making them.
Here's the thing, though. And again, I have to say this. Ryan Day is coaching for his career.
Yeah.
At Ohio State.
Be careful, Kirk Herbstreit's listening.
He needs
Kirk.
The fun fact: the original Oregon duck was created by Walt Disney. That is true.
Donnie, what's the score?
Still 6-3. They just bull. I mean, 2 guys just went almost untouched and sacked Caleb Williams for.
This is.
But he's so good. Like, he's just his stats. But
this has been a horrible football game.
Yeah. Is this game, Virgil? What country is this game in?
We're gonna put this one in Cyprus.
Okay.
Because I want this one on an island away from everybody.
Fun fact: my old boss was the U.S. ambassador to Cyprus.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just offended Patrick. Good job, Virgil.
Oh man,
no.
I'm so sorry.
No, you didn't offend me but she was my old boss, and she was the U.S. ambassador to Cyprus a few years ago.
Yowza.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So talk about the most random fact of the night that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But
yeah, right.
I digress.
All right. What's the last one, everybody?
Okay, the last game we got is the 2022 Fiesta Bowl runner-up Notre Dame versus Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. Georgia is a 2-point favorite.
This guy.
43 point.
I love a producer.
That is a heck of it. Hembo could never, man. Hembo could never.
43.5 over under. Notre Dame favored to win 53.9%. I do want to say with this line started Notre Dame at -1 and has jumped to Georgia -2. So who the hell knows really at this point?
Yeah.
Isn't what's his name out for Georgia?
Carson Beck. Yeah.
Yeah, Beck is out. Gunnar Stockton is the quarterback.
Yeah.
I'll go first. I'm taking Notre Dame in this game. I don't think Georgia's gonna. I don't think they're gonna.
You're
I think
pissing
they're gonna
off
play
a lot
okay,
of
but I just
SEC
don't.
fans right now.
Screw the SEC. I don't care. I'm not picking Georgia. I could care less about Georgia. I am riding with my friend Eric Prophet. Go Notre Dame. Play like a champion.
That's gross. Why would you do that?
Mrs.
He's
Influencer
cursing
thinks
us. He's doing that on purpose.
That we need to pay Virgil more.
Yeah, she's like,
we need to pay Virgil more. We need to pay ourselves more because we're not getting paid for this.
I was gonna say, she's like, is Virgil getting paid? I'm like, I don't think so. She's like, well, he's really nice to be your guys' producer then.
Yes.
He's investing in the future of the show. That's what it is.
Yeah. Listen, we never said we were worthy of Virgil. We're just happy he's that he accepts.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know about the other guys, but I'm okay with Virgil getting 10% more than the rest of us right now.
Then the 10% that we're getting, got it.
So kind.
Yeah. I mean, I'd even go so high. I may even go 15% at this rate.
Y'all need to calm down because then when we start getting paid,
oh well, that's different then. That's different then. We're playing Monopoly money right now, Ed.
There you go. Watch me send him an envelope with Monopoly money in it.
Listen, we'll have to talk to the lawyers about can you invoke a verbal contract?
Oh my god.
All
right. Eric, I'm gonna go with the Irish. Carson Beck being out, everybody's like, oh, the new I don't believe in it. I'll be honest with you. So I'm, especially since not everyone is nice. I get it
about you, Patrick.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, Georgia does kind of have a Kansas City Chiefs feel to them. They win a lot of games they shouldn't have won. Notre Dame's gonna beat them in this game.
Yes, we did. Go Bengals. Who dey? Patrick.
So I think Gunnar Stockton's a better quarterback than than people think. But that being said, he has not played in a big game like this, and I'm going to take Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame really impressed me against Indiana, and they've got experience. They've got a good coach that Freeman really knows what he's doing.
He's a good coach.
He is a good coach. He knows how to motivate his guys, and I think, I think it's easy to. I think he's going to be able to motivate his team to play against Georgia because Georgia's been the media darlings the last several years, right? So, saying of all people, I don't agree with it.
100%. That's what I thought. Why I hate that Donnie went with them.
Yeah. Well,
hey, if I have that kind of power in the world, then I'm going to go pick my lottery numbers for tomorrow.
There you go.
Oh yeah, they didn't win, so Mrs. Influencer, we need to get another ticket.
Numbers.
I went and got Joe and I a ticket on Christmas Eve, but nobody won, so Mrs. Influencer, we need to get tickets for tomorrow night's Mega Millions, 1.15 bill.
That's a lot of paloozas.
On my way to Charlotte tomorrow.
Bro, I'm flying Air Influencer to all those places.
No, let's go.
Well, if you win that's the advent of Profit Super Palooza.
Yes, sir.
I will tell you this: if I win that, I am not flying Wichita. I am flying private.
Yeah, listen. All I'm telling you is
he's chartering a Wichita.
Nobody will know, but there will be signs that I won that lottery.
Yeah, we were talking about the other night. They're like, I think one of my brothers was like, "Oh yeah, you got to work for like a while after." I'm like, "Absolutely not." They're like, "Well, then they're gonna know." I was like, "I don't care. I'm not sticking around. I'm not working any longer. If I win that, I'm out."
Every creditor can come after me for as long as they want until that money hits in my pocket. Then they're all paid off and they're gone.
Just saying. I mean, I'm paying everybody, my friends that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not doing it. I'm not telling a soul that I won the lottery.
True story. Harrison Ford comes to Wichita all the time to have his private jet. And so he'll go around all the restaurants in town. So true story.
Well, Donnie knows a guy. So
Yeah,
you know he's going to have a private.
We are the air capital of the world. So
Hey,
that you really are. And then you'll have on the private jet on the outside, the mayor.
Yeah.
we will start a rival to Diamond Baseball Holdings, a collective of us from the DHC. We will be the DHC.
Repurchase all of the teams that have already been purchased
Right.
by them.
We'll start buying teams from them.
Diamond Baseball Stealings.
Virgil, who do you pick?
I really don't want to be the only guy picking Georgia.
Do it.
Do it.
But
Do it.
here's the thing. Losing Beck is kind of an addition for the team right now.
Yeah.
He doubled his interceptions this year. He had games where he was trying to, like the Florida game, he had 3 picks, basically trying to throw away that game, and they still find a way to win.
He lost them the Alabama game too.
Lost them the Alabama, yeah.
That first half performance was atrocious.
I'm going to go with Georgia on this.
Okay.
I think Smart's got some game plan for Notre Dame coming up. He's probably recorded Donnie's little tirade earlier as motivation. So,
and by the way, and the little Clemson connection. What about Etienne's little brother? Plays for Georgia. So,
yeah, I'm going to go against the grain here and go and pick Georgia for this.
He hasn't done much for Georgia either.
Yeah, we needed somebody
until this game.
Virgil secretly hates
there's
all
no
of you, so
no secret about it.
He's sucking for hashtag for the content. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Listen, he can hate me all he wants as long as he's a producer on this show. We're good. We're good as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, for the content usually translates to I'm finishing last place again. Am I?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Well, I mean,
listen, until you take my my trash can at the bottom, that's mine to lose.
But I can say this: at least I'm not starting 0-2, unlike somebody on this panel.
That's me.
I got to go with my wife. She said yesterday, she's like, I understand Ed had to go with his wife, but sorry about it.
Very much.
And then Donnie, didn't you pick the Steelers?
I did.
Yeah, she. I think she said.
That's the only team I was picking anyways. I picked with the heart. The other one I just picked with because I hate them with the utmost passion. I will not pick the Baltimore Ravens.
I actually just thought that this was going to be one of those weeks with like you said, this was the third of the 3 games in the 11 days that even though Mahomes was better than thought, I just expected that this Steelers would trip them up. So.
Well,
yeah. Shannon says, "Suck it, Donnie."
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
and I gave her a coffee mug. Come on,
the Chiefs are always good enough. I mean, they are. Thing. Like we talk, like I can sit here and say, compared to everybody else, they're not a great team. But like at the end of the day, when they're facing everyone, they're doing just enough to win.
Yeah.
Whatever the factor is,
they're just doing whatever they need to do. Earmuffs, earmuffs.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you're winning football games, and that's the name of the game.
That's all that matters, man.
Andy Reid's an outstanding football coach. He just is.
Dude, the post-game thing when he showed up as Santa Claus at the end, that was hilarious.
I love Andy Reid, man.
Did you guys see that?
I've always loved Andy Reid.
And they still haven't scored over 30 points in any game.
Yeah,
that's because they don't need to.
I was talking about a smoothie, Donnie.
So, do you guys still want to pick a random bowl game?
Well, you haven't got my.
We know you got Notre Dame. Everybody knows this.
You have what? I mean, what about
Eric? I put your name in the spreadsheet, and it auto-filled the Notre Dame before I even put their name in there.
So I think that let me give a little bit of analysis here. I think Al Golden is gonna shake up a little bit of the defense and he's gonna confuse Gunnar Stockton. Obviously he got to play last game after Beck was hurt, but with him having a bye and everything and Notre Dame already playing, the only bad thing that's really, really, I think, going to hurt us is we lost one of our leaders and defensive linemen and Riley Mills. He's out for the season. So that's the only thing that's going to hurt. So we're going to need somebody else to step up. But otherwise, or the run game with Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price, and obviously with Riley Leonard. Go Irish.
Yeah, no kidding.
Man, don't you love it when the price is right?
Yeah, right. And what do you win? There's some interesting ball games here. I love the DirecTV Holiday Bowl. I love these names.
Should we pick the Alabama-Michigan game?
Oh my God.
Or is that too easy?
Man, but speaking of that, like what kind of poetry would it be if Alabama lost to Michigan?
Yeah.
That will be so hilarious. The fact that Alabama, they were told us, by the way, you're going to the ReliaQuest Bowl. Like, not only do you not make the playoffs, you're going to go to a no-name bowl game.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That is like the ultimate walk off to Alabama.
Well, the thing is, I think we've already seen today, like, even in these bowl games, anything can happen. Like, who saw Toledo? Like, we mentioned the Toledo Pitt game today, right? I mean, like 6 overtimes. I mean, who saw the Toledo beating Pitt?
Yep.
I mean, Pitt had a good ACC season overall.
Can we just go by the names that we like of the actual bowl games? Because there's some good names here.
There's some great ones.
Well, the Pop-Tarts Bowl is actually pretty good. Miami, Ohio, or Iowa State. That's 2 ranked teams there. I mean,
I like that one
good game.
But the fact that you got one game called the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. Come on.
Like Lynn said, the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl.
Arizona Bowl.
Come on. Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl. Seriously. The Cheez-It Bowl. Let's see. Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. That's great.
He
Buffalo and Liberty, they win already by going to the
listen
Bahamas
to you,
Bowl. No, I know. The Bahamas Bowl, Liberty University in Buffalo, they win already. Don't care.
You say I don't pay attention.
For real.
The Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl.
That one. They've been playing that one for a while. Up at Yankee Stadium.
The Wasabi Fenway Bowl. Maybe we should pick the 2 bowls that are in baseball stadiums.
Well, they just had the K-State one. Was it Arizona Diamondbacks tonight?
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Have we talked about the Pop-Tart Bowl?
Yeah, Pop-Tarts Bowl. That's
I see what you did there. I don't know what games to pick because they're so good.
Man.
Armed Forces Bowl, Oklahoma and Navy. That's tomorrow. Holiday Bowl. That tomorrow got like a bunch of games.
Texas Tech, Arkansas might be decent. Big 12 against SEC.
The Liberty Bowl. Yep.
I'm looking forward to Georgia Tech Vanderbilt out of that group.
Yeah, me too.
That's another one. The Birmingham Bowl. Yeah, that's another one.
Man,
are you going to that game?
No, I'm working.
Work can wait.
Work from there.
Yeah.
I'm ready, honestly.
That's also known as the Dean's List Bowl.
Yeah,
Georgia Tech and Vanderbilt. That's the Smart Kids Bowl.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, and Virgil's an accountant, so he could, they might need their books.
It makes sense.
They might need their books work done over there.
I mean, listen,
we're just their accountants
you out. Well, no, they got guys for that.
Now I'm going to call Coach Key at Georgia Tech and just say, I know. I'm like Donnie Wise. I know a guy.
So here's an interesting name: the Go Bowling Military Bowl, and that's ECU and NC State.
Neither military team.
No,
I know.
Well, I mean,
they're not military
Donnie,
schools.
I believe Donnie already brought this one up. I think it was Donnie that said it, but I'm glad that my line of mowers for the Pinstripe Bowl between Boston College and Nebraska is going through with the Bad Boy Mowers.
Oh,
yeah.
One.
I was wondering if Patrick was the sponsor of that.
Dude, I am so afraid.
I didn't want to say anything, but I had to get my finances right through my personal accountant Virgil, and we my mowers company came out and we said we're gonna do a bowl.
So let me ask you this:
BYU Colorado is another good one, by the way.
Oh, the Alamo Bowl, yeah, but like
an all Big 12 matchup. That's weird.
Not only that, that's like a what if Big 12 championship game.
Yeah.
That's a different alternate reality. But okay, so we know that in the Pop Top Sports there's going to be some shenanigans. In the Mayo Bowl there's going to be some shenanigans.
Of course.
I am afraid to see what would happen in the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl.
Winner gets the Smoker Bowl.
For real, right?
Whoa.
Gin and juice, you know what I'm saying?
Done. Well, should the Alamo Bowl be renamed the Big Ass Insurance Policy Bowl? For shit. Did you guys hear about the
Colorado? Hey man,
Sanders and Travis Hunter? Because I'm telling you, like that insurance policy is wild for what they took out for those two.
Good for them.
Yeah,
I mean you got 2 top 5 players right there. You know what I mean?
Top 2 picks. You never know.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So why would you not?
Yeah, but I mean, but that's just something I was like, man.
Think about that. Now Dion is like, hey, you want to come play for me? This is the length that I'm willing to go to protect you as a player.
Well, and it backs up what he said about, I don't care what we're going to do. They're going to play in the bowl game.
Yeah.
Like he backed it up. Now, maybe not everyone gets the big old insurance policy, but like it does speak. Yeah, it does speak. It does speak volumes about what he can do for the program and what he can do for recruitment wherever he is.
Well, and he ain't putting up with no crap from his players either. They mess around and they're gone.
Why?
He's already said that.
So
you ain't going out here and embarrassing our school at this bowl game.
I like it.
Who'd you pick?
Val, I just want you to know that it has 7 letters. It starts with a B and it ends with an S.
Got her. That's pretty good. Good job, Virgil.
I like it, Virgil.
This guy's got jokes.
Good job.
Love it.
Good job, buddy. Guys, this has been a lot of fun.
Oh man.
Are we picking one or not?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Let's pick
Talk about the bowls, and we never picked.
You know what? I'm going to go with the Alamo Bowl. I'm going to pick Colorado to win in the Alamo Bowl.
Okay, I'll go for my friend Zach with the Independence Bowl. Give me Army.
Give me Michigan over Alabama. I'm going for that game. I'm going against Alabama.
Okay.
So you're hoping they play the game that they played against Ohio State?
I don't think Alabama's going to give a crap about being there. So.
Yeah, Donnie already knows they're not going to show up.
And I just want the narrative. The narrative is going to be just that they didn't show up. They didn't care. I want the narrative to be, see, Alabama couldn't even beat Michigan.
Oh, that will be so good.
That would be funny.
Virgil, you finished in front of me for picks this week, so I'm going to defer to you to go first, my friend.
Give me Vanderbilt, Birmingham Bowl.
Okay.
Vanderbilt. Is Milroe playing? Do we know, or is he out for Alabama?
I don't know. I'm going to go Las Vegas Bowl. I'm going to take Texas A&M over USC.
Is Val going to that game?
I don't know.
Val, are you going to that game? We're waiting. Pins and needles here. Let's go.
Yeah. Dang.
She just says dang.
No.
Oh, what?
Come on, Val.
Hockey.
Hockey.
Okay.
Oh, she's going to see the Golden Knights play, huh?
Okay.
I'm not saying
the content you could have made at that ball game. I'm just saying.
Uh-oh. With our friend Will from the Stockton.
Oh,
Torch.
okay. All right.
You're not going to wear your Las Vegas A's hat at that game, are you?
That's a good question.
Did she get us all the Las Vegas hat, the green and gold?
Nope. Still waiting for that, just so you know.
And Brett, did you ever send us whatever you were going to send us? You have our address, I'm sure.
Oh,
Still waiting.
Val, are you going to see Henderson play instead of Vegas?
Wait, who says Silver Knights?
Henderson. The Henderson Silver
the
Knights
minor league team.
in the AHL. In the AHL. So I was wondering, are you going to Henderson instead of?
Yeah, because it's Golden Knights.
Is their low A team the Bronze Knights?
They should. I know that it is an Army thing, but they should really Las Vegas Black Knights sounded so much better than Golden Knights.
VGK's off Saturday. They play Sunday. So are you going to Henderson on Saturday and then to the Vegas game on Sunday? Not that anyone cares. Not that anyone asked me that, but you know.
By the way, the game is still 6-3.
Yeah,
it's an excellent football game.
7.5 minutes to go in the game.
I kind of understand why we're talking about baseball now, because that's definitely a baseball game.
Right.
There you go. So, guys, thank you for joining us again in another Dad Hat Chronicles sports show. Making my video review of the Las Vegas ballpark really made me miss baseball season and going to a video. Hey, I get it, Phil. I get it. We all miss baseball.
Yeah, good video, by the way, Phil. Well done.
So let me see, because we got the 26th, 31st. Might be a little hard to make the show, just so you guys know. I'm working on it. I've been told to go somewhere Tuesday night. So,
but then when they lose to the Bengals, then what happens?
I'll be asking the Broncos win on Sunday, first playoff appearance since 2015. Can't wait to celebrate. Zach, let them know. What do we have for baseball right now?
Yeah.
Everybody knows. But if we don't do a show on, we might try to do. You guys want to do again like a Monday night instead of the 31st?
Again.
I think I can do Monday night. Yeah,
I should be able to.
All right, let's Let's move it to Monday night, just because it'll be easier. It'll be our last show of the year, cool. New Year's Eve ish. And then we'll talk all that stuff on the Monday night. We won't be on Tuesday night, so that way it's New Year's, and then we will be on the second, guys. Okay. Change on the schedule, all right? So Monday night, the 30th, we will be live, but not on the 31st. So you guys, just so you know.
Right. Okay? Mrs. Influencer, that means we can go out and have a New Year's Eve party.
Whoop, whoop.
Party. We're free now.
There it is. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you guys again on Monday, the 30th at 9 p.m. Eastern time, okay? The only zone that works, okay? All right, guys. Have a wonderful night. Okay, bye.